Yeah, we were chatting earlier about what people think could be done better with Rocket League. What do you guys think could change with Rocket League for the better? Because I'm calling out people for jumping the gun and on complaining about stuff like, oh no, the game's dying. Like, shut up. No, it's not. But I'm not saying the game couldn't be better. Yeah, creative mode is one that a lot of people request, of course, because the content is extremely popular. I do want to say one thing on that, by the way, though. I want to say one thing on that. There's this idea going around that we need creative mode in the game so that content creators can make videos about it and get a lot of views. And in my opinion, that is like not even remotely important. Like the content creators they're a very important part of the community, but we do not need to add things to the game just so that they can make videos about it. That's like so not even close to the reason it should be added. I think the reason creative mode should be in the game is just to, let people be creative and make maps and for other people to play on them. Like whenever I hear content creators complaining like, "Oh no, there's just nothing to make videos on because Psyonix haven't put anything in the game." I'm like, "Oh no. Oh, poor you." It's just like complaining that they're not creative. So I don't like to hear that. That's a silly line of thought, but I do still think a creative mode would be awesome, personally. And yeah, I've always said that I'd like to see 1v1 and 2v2 being part of RLCS. I'd like to see 3v3 being experimented with a bigger map, whether it's longer, wider, slightly longer and wider at the same time. Supporting multiplayer custom map stuff in the game. Well, I do know the one reason why they might not want to do that. Like the one reason you might not want to just have a billion game modes that are all like play online available is for matchmaking, because matchmaking deteriorates the less people are in a lobby, or I mean the less people are queuing, the worse matchmaking gets. So if you just put a million different game modes in the game, the matchmaking for most of them is going to be trash because there's not going to be enough people in them. And the ones that currently have good matchmaking, like 2s, 3s, because there's loads of people playing, so every lobby, even unless there's like someone smurfing, you're probably against people who are exactly the same level as you, as long as somebody's not smurfing or drunk or whatever. And that would get less accurate as well, the less people are in the thing. But yeah, rotating is the solution. Like they already do this. They already rotate stuff in the limited time mode here. Honestly though, my biggest thing outside of the esports side, because esports I would just love to see 1v1 and 2v2 being given their own divisions of RLCS. But for the game, like the Rocket League game, the biggest thing that I would like and I've always wanted is a team mode that is actually functional. Because right now, playing ranked with your friends who are not your ranked with your low-rated friends, it just isn't fun for your friends because they're not able to play at the same level as everyone else in the lobby. Like right now, I'm GC 1. If I queue up with a couple of diamond friends, we're not going to be in a fair lobby. We're going to be me and 2 diamonds against 3 grand champs. And the 3 grand champs are going to be way too good for my diamond friends who are not going to be able to enjoy the game. It used to be different. It used to be that if I'm GC and I queue up with 2 diamond friends, we're probably going to get 3 champ 2s as the opponents. And then I would be the best player in the lobby, but then the 3 champ 2s would be better than my teammates, so it's kind of even. And everybody can contribute, and it's a close game. Right now, you just get stomped, and the game's not fun for the low-rated players. So yeah, you can't play with anyone who's not exactly the same rank as you. Or you can't play with anyone who's not like in the same rank region as you. It prevents smurfing? No, it doesn't. It doesn't prevent smurfing at all. It encourages smurfing. Let me tell you why. Because right now Rocket League is free to play. So what are you going to do? If you're a Supersonic Legend player and you want to play with your diamond friends, obviously you can't do that because you're going to be on SSL lobbies. So what do? You make a Smurf account and you play with your diamond friends on the Smurf account. The rank system being like this encourages smurfing. Everybody's smurfing right now. Because it's the only way that you can enjoy playing ranked with your friends is to Smurf. So everybody's got a Smurf. I'm not even against Smurfs. I think Smurfs are fine as long as they're in the rank they should be. But people saying that the current system discourages Smurfing is, in my opinion, super inaccurate, because I think I see so many Smurfs these days. I see so many. Smurfing is fun. Well, yeah, I mean, having a Smurf these days, it can be fun, because it's the only way that you can have fun playing ranked with your low-rated buddies, like I explained. Like, if you've got a Smurf in, if you're a Supersonic Legend player and you've got a Smurf in Grand Champ, which I'm not, by the way. I'm just mouse overing the logo, because this is what that is. But yeah, if you're an SSL player, you've got a Smurf in Grand Champ, and you've got 2 friends in Diamond, you log on your Grand Champ Smurf, queue up with your Diamond friends, you get into a full Grand Champ 1 game, it's probably going to be pretty close, because you're a Supersonic Legend, your teammates are Diamond, and the opponents are all GC1. It's probably going to be close. Now, if you log on your main, if you log on your SSL account, you're going to get trashed. The game's not going to be fun at all. So, in that context, yeah, Smurfing would be pretty fun, and that would be a fun game for everybody involved, I think, because it's 3 GCs against 1 SSL and 2 Diamonds. Good game, probably. Probably a close game. But the reason that Smurfs are sometimes not fun is because if that guy on the same account, if he's on he's an SSL on his Grand Champ account, and he now decides he's going to play with his Champ 3 friends, well, now they're probably going to be way too good, because it's 2 Champ 3s and an SSL against 3 Grand Champ 1s. So they're just going to get destroyed. The Grand Champ 1s are going to get destroyed. And eventually, you'd rank up enough so that you get good games, close games, but initially it's just going to be a clapping. And that's what I see a lot happening these days. Like, you just queue up ranks and you're like, well, that guy is obviously a Smurf. And you can't really blame him, because I understand what he's doing. I understand what they're doing. They just want to play with their friends. So, yeah, most of the time people are just trying to have fun. Sometimes people are trying to get ranks, and that's a bit shady. Why not play casual? Because people leave casual. Casual is not the same. You can't just say, why not play casual? Because if you queue up for ranked with your friends in casual, I mean, not ranked. If you queue up casual with your friends, and you score 2 goals in 10 seconds, the other team are just going to leave, and now you're against bots. You have to leave and go main menu. Like, people just leave if you're winning by too much. And then there's no punishment for leaving. You can just join a casual, leave, and then join another casual. Like, there's no delay. So people are obviously just going to leave because there's no punishment. They're like, well, I don't want to lose 2-0 in 10 seconds. I'm leaving. Go next. So there's like 2 solutions, in my opinion. Well, there's a few solutions. I think the solution to that problem is either you remove the ability for people to just leave casual with no punishment. Like, you should force people to play out a game. It's only 5 minutes. If you queue casual, play out the game. That would be one solution. I don't really like that solution, but it is a solution. Solution number 2, change the ranked matchmaking back to what it used to be. So if you're a Grand Champ player and you queue up with 2 Diamonds, you get 3 Champ 2 opponents instead of 3 Grand Champ 1 opponents. It wouldn't just ticket your team MMR used to be the average MMR of your whole team. Now it's just the team MMR is the MMR of the highest rated player. So I think, that's another way. You could just switch it back to how it used to be. Make it average team MMR instead of highest rated player MMR. But my favorite way of all would be team modes. If there's like a 4th mode here called team mode, and then you queue up with your buddies, you click on team mode, you click find match, and it tells you, please name your team, because you're in a new set of accounts who haven't had a team before. So now you name your team, you queue up. Look at that. Now you've got a team rating. Now you've got team MMR. Now you can just play through the team rank with your team, and it would feel so cool. And I've done this in other games, and it's awesome. It's way more enjoyable than solo queue for me. I enjoy it way more. My most recent experience with this is, like, I played World of Warcraft when the Burning Crusade came out, if anybody's familiar with it. Now, that's got a team rank. It's got a team arena system, which I love. It's super fun. You make a team with your friends, you queue up. I think that rank actually, or that system has its own problems, but the fact that you're in a team with your friends is awesome, because you can rank up your team. Your team gains rating. You're all in the team and you're gaining rating together. And you're gaining MMR together. But the way that they have it in the more recent World of Warcraft game is you just have a personal rating. There's no teams. You just queue up in a party and your personal rating changes. And it's nowhere near as fun. For me at least, I don't think it's as interesting. I think the team version was way, way, way more interesting, and it was way more enjoyable to play. So that would be my favorite one. But the reason I don't think it's going to be in the game is because I saw a Reddit post from Pashy90, former pro player from Germany. He made a Reddit post saying the exact same thing. He said, why don't Psyonix just put team mode in Rocket League? And I think a Psyonix dev replied, not really going into detail on the topic, but just saying this is never going to happen. Which I thought was really disappointing, because as far as I could see, there was no good explanation for it not being added. But we were also told it's not happening. So I was like, oh, that sucks. And that was years ago. So unless there's been a change of heart or a change of plan, I have to assume that that's still the case. So yeah, I'm not expecting it to be added anytime soon. Haven't heard anything about it being added. Haven't heard it being considered. But in my opinion, it would be the one thing that would make ranked, and it would make playing Rocket League the most fun. Because when I played Rocket League at the start, the reason it was the most fun game for me, and the reason I put so much time into it, is because playing with friends is so much fun. Like, playing Rocket League with friends is awesome. Playing Rocket League by yourself, still a pretty good game, but nowhere near as fun. I mean, you guys in chat, if you prefer playing Rocket League with friends, type 1. If you prefer playing Rocket League solo queue, press 2. I think we're going to get a pretty, unanimous response on this. I don't think I'm way left field saying that playing Rocket League with your friends is way more fun. So, yeah, everybody wants to play Rocket League with their friends. My friends are bad, so too. Well, I mean, okay, you might be thinking, I don't like playing Rocket League with my friends because we lose all the time. Because whenever I play with them, they're bad and we lose. But that's not necessarily... Playing with your friends isn't necessarily the problem. The problem is that the ranked mode in Rocket League has been designed to stop you from winning if there's a big disparity of ranks in your team. I already explained that, but that's the reason that playing with your friends currently in Rocket League might not be fun. If your friends aren't the same rank as you, playing with them might not be fun because you're just going to get clapped. But I think there's lots of ways to make Rocket League with your friends a fun game to be competitive at. And no, casual is not a good substitute. Casual games are not the same. They're not as fun as competitive games. The competitive aspect of Rocket League is what makes it fun for a lot of people. But I do still think that, yeah, casual, you shouldn't be able to just leave and then rejoin over and over again. I think that's silly. What if your friends are not your rank? Well, I already explained that, but TLDR on that is, if you're a really high rank player and you're playing with 2 low rated friends, I think the game should put you in a game against 3 players who are between your ranks. It used to do this. I used to play... I mean, how many of you guys in the chat right now were around when I played on stream with Marky Duda, with Scrubkiller, and we would go pretty much 50-50 in games because the game would find us close matches. The matchmaking system would put us into matches that we're 50-50 in. But yeah, we can't really do that anymore because the games wouldn't be close. Why did they change that? Well, they made a few changes. The first change they made is they made it really difficult to gain points when you play with your friends who are a big rank disparity. The reason for that is it was too easy to boost people. If you just get your mate on a really low rated account and you're on your main and then you queue up, you'd get it used to be you'd be in a party with a prospect. Or, well, actually, for me, I never did this, but I would queue up ranked, and then the opponents have a prospect and a grand champ. Or whatever it was called back then. The top rank, I've forgotten the name. And their prospect player would clearly be a very, very good player. He'd be like the bronze equivalent for these days. He'd clearly not be bronze. He'd be grand champ or SSL. You'd be like, okay. And you'd just get destroyed, because it's actually 2 SSLs. But they changed it so that you couldn't gain points. Like if there was a big rank disparity in your team, you wouldn't get points for winning. You'd get some. You'd get 1 or 2. But if you lose, you'd lose like 16. But I thought that was great because who cares about points? I don't care about points. I just want to have good games. I just want the games to be fun. I just want to have fun when I play Rocket League with my friends. I don't care if we're down ranking. I don't care if we get -16 for every loss and +2 for every win. Who cares? It's just an artificial. It's a number. Who cares? Um, but yeah, team mode would be the best solution. I think it would be the best way to do it. I think it would be super fun. I think everybody would play it as well. I think like it would be really interesting to see like what legit teams would play team mode and try and get rank 1 in team mode. RB Thurston says team MMR would be so cool. I would play Rocket League a lot more if I could play with my low rank friends. Yeah, same. Yeah, what do you guys think? Any thoughts? Team mode sounds good only on paper. Well, what would be wrong with it? I'm honestly curious. What would be wrong with team mode? What's good about it on paper but bad in practice? No one played solo queue threes. Sounds like it would be the same. Well, it wouldn't be the same at all because right now 3v3 standard is just full of, Smurfs, and it's full of just players who don't really want to play as a team. They're just going in by themselves and ball chasing. I don't enjoy playing solo queue, and I can't rank up solo queue as easily as team queue these days because it's just not as, I don't know. There's a lot of people who give up after very, very quickly, and a lot of people who just don't want to play as a team, and a lot of people are very obviously smurfing. So I think team mode would stop that because people wouldn't need to smurf to play with their friends. They wouldn't be smurfing with their friends in standard. They'd be just playing team mode with their friends. Also, for the record, when in my perfect world, team mode doesn't mean you can only play on one team. Let's say a player like Garrett. Everybody wants to team with Garrett G. Everybody wants to play with Garrett G. He's the best American player of all time. So if he wants to play with his real team, Squishy and Justin, he can do that. He just gets in a party with Squishy and Justin. They queue up for team mode. It prompts them to add a team name. They type in NRG. Maybe they get verified as NRG. They queue up. Cool. Maybe they hit rank 1. What if later on Garrett wants to play with his USA team, Chicago and First Killer? Well, that's fine. He just gets in a party with Chicago and First Killer. They hit find match on the team mode. It prompts them to make a team name because it's a set of players who haven't played before. And they call themselves America Baby or something. I think that's what they're called. And then they can rank up as well. So you could have Garrett G. Maybe they hit rank 1. And then you have Garrett G, First Killer, Chicago, rank 1. And then you have Garrett G, Squishy, Justin, rank 2. Like, you could have one player who's rank 1 and rank 2 on different teams, which I think is awesome. Like, imagine you go to ranked, imagine you go to the leaderboard, you click on the team leaderboard, and the first team is America. It's Garrett, First Killer, Chicago, and then number 2 is NRG. It's Garrett, Justin, Squishy. Garrett's in both of them. People will be like, whoa, Garrett's clearly the best player. He's rank 1 and 2. He's the top 2 ranks on totally different teams. What God. People would be like trying to push high ranks on lots of different teams at the same time. I think it would be awesome. I think it would be so cool. Matchmaking for pros would get worse. It would take longer to queue. How? How exactly? Right now, no European pros play threes. Look at this. NA, 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 NA. Monkey Moon, Relating Waves Europe, NA, NA. Speed is Europe, NA, 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 NA. South America, Europe. Like, you get the idea. Europeans do not play standard. If you made team mode, they would actually play standard. And all those guys playing queuing threes would actually get games. And you can't just tell me that they wouldn't get games. Come on. I think that would be the biggest incentive for pros to play rank that there ever has been. Like, being able to get rank 1 on your team. Because right now, if you queue up ranked and you get rank 1, like right now Daniel's rank 1, nobody knows how impressive that is in threes because maybe he just played a lot. I don't think that's the reason. I think Daniel's fantastic. I think he's very good. But who did he play with? Who did he get rank 1 with? Who's the top 3v3 team here? We don't know because there are no teams. It's just players. Yeah, that's why I think team mode should be in the game. I hope it gets added one day. Because yeah, Rocket League for me, it's more like a sport than a game. If they never added creative mode, I feel like I would kind of be disappointed. I'll be like, I feel like that's missed opportunity there, but whatever. Maybe they just want to keep the game pure. But if they, you know, if they want to keep it pure, I think if Psyonix want to keep Rocket League pure, and if they want to just make it, this is it. You play Carball, go. Then you need team mode. You need a way that you can just compete with your friends. That is fun. Because right now, playing tournaments with your low-rated friends, playing tournaments with your friends, you can only play with people who are your rank, or else you get clapped. Playing ranked with friends, you can only play people with people of your rank, or you get clapped. And most of my friends are not my rank. 99% of my friends are not my rank. It's very hard to find people your rank. And it also just excludes a lot of really fun. I mean, there's so many friends I really like playing video games with, but I can't play Rocket League with them on my main, or else we'll just get clapped. And they don't have a good time. And that's what's unfortunate, I think. Hence Smurfing exists. Exactly. So yeah, people say this system's good for stopping Smurfing. I completely disagree. I think it's encouraged Smurfing. But I want to reiterate, because I know I've just been talking right now about a lot of things I think should be changed about the game. And I just want to remind you guys, these are just my opinions. I don't know everything about Rocket League. And my opinion is not worth any more than any of you guys. So if you don't agree, that's fine. I'd be extremely surprised if you all agree. But yeah, I do want to remind you that what I said at the start, I do have faith in Rocket League. I do have faith in Psyonix to continue to progress the game, because the trajectory that it's on, when you look at the bigger picture, is phenomenal. And the job that they've done making this game as good as it is also phenomenal. And I think that they get too much flack from the community as a whole, because the ones who complain are usually the ones who speak the loudest. And yeah, right now in its current state, I think Rocket League is a super fun game. I just think it could be more fun.